this one. Do this one. There you go. I'm really sweaty and I don't want to sit in it, but I want to sit in it. Ooh, that's comfortable. Okay. For me, I'm a little upright, so I can tell you right now I'm going to want to drop the back or raise the front or maybe even both. But this is cool. I also like the height of it in relationship to the room. Not too far down on the ground, not too high up in the air, getting in and out. Wheel deck, I don't know how much the wheel will be in my way, but that was comfortable. Alright, let's take a break. I think we should do... Let's do the keyboard first. Here it is. Look out, buddy. There's part of it. Hi. Are you going to help me out? There's part of it. So you can see how it attaches in two spots. Somewhere. Or could. Hi. You're not helping. You're not helping. Hi. Oh, I see where it attaches. So, no matter where does this go on the frame and the proper hardware. So I have one giant nut for there, or bolt, I should say. And this attaches right there. Okay. So, we're going to do... Wow, this is awesome. Okay, so this guy goes essentially right here. This is when I'm most likely to hurt this thing, it seems. Alright. Did you make any more noise? Bear with me. The one I need to move doesn't want to move. Okay. Tell you what, I'd almost take that one off, but I don't want to undo their... Just gonna have to go a lot closer. Alright, this is the hardest thing I've done yet. Probably some trick. You know the guys there are like, oh, you just grab it here and you go like this. Let's see if I can do something a little smarter than what I'm doing. Now we're cooking with fire. Oops. Okay, shit. Okay, here's the trick. I have that threaded in slightly. Wow, that was... I think I'm going to have to just move this more over here just for comfort. Okay, there we go. I made it harder than it had to be. It's just that arm is pretty heavy. And we just got hardware on the deck. Just like everything else they've done. Hardware ready to go. Proving the threads are clean. Sorry. I see. Again, read the instructions. Now I see why the arm's so long. They were thinking, this is thought out. I was being stupid. And then this goes this way. You know, it fits in. I was fighting it for no reason other than me being just stupid. gone quiet. This is a really cool keyboard holder. Looks like already I can tell there's a lot of adjustment. So it's going to tilt and pivot, but it's going to like block itself is one issue I see. One issue I see. Well, right now I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to put it like this, like this. Like this. Boom. I'm going to leave it like that for a little while until I know what I'm doing. Alright, let's go ahead and do the speaker mount next. We've got our instructions. A, B, C, D, some hardware. And there's the rig showing us, oh, where things actually go. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Oh, that's what the top ones are for. Gotcha. Okay, you see that? I thought I was looking at an adjustment for the wheel deck, but what it actually is where part B goes. So, there's the hardware we need. Part B is this loopy guy. And he's going to go like so. That'll be for a center speaker. Alright. So, like this. And we'll go like this. I think this is the first bolts I've actually put in that didn't have the hardware already in place, funny enough. Alright, those need to be tightened down a little more. And then, let's see here. Let's see, it actually says to use 2 bolts from the chassis for that, I believe. A goes under the bottom. Yeah, I see how A goes. Alright, well, let's do C and D. They go on the back. And 80 by 20 and 80 by 20. So those are the exact same ones. So I do pull those from my inventory. These were extra ones for the N1 rig. So I just have to get 2 more that would have been the 2 that I just put in at top, technically. And now we're going to put in the back one. So it looks like this goes like this. No. It looks like this. It looks like this. Yes. Okay. We'll do one on the other side. Just need to tighten those guys down, obviously. And then let's see. where to put on. Technically, I don't see anywhere that they give me instructions on how to put on A. Which is kind of interesting, funny enough. With how thorough everything's been so far. Now, A definitely goes on the bottom. Oh, wait, there it is. There it is. I take it back. They've given me everything I need to know. Don't read the instructions. I think that's the first thing I've seen printed on the back yet. Okay, so we can do that. That goes. Which way? This would go like this. Yep. So it goes under. It's going to be all GoPro here. Like that. Piece of cake. Alright. Are they supposed to be on the ground, or is it really couldn't be upside down? Interesting enough. Alright, now where did I put my Allen wrenches? Allen wrenches. Here they are. This side. Holding it up in the air, pushing it up as much as I can as I cinch these down, just to make sure that this thing's not dragging on the ground with my speakers. And as you can see, as it's tightening, it's starting to kick itself up in the air as well. So that sag is just the way it was sitting because it wasn't tightened. Alright, so there's those. I'm getting tighter. Making quite a ruckus at this point. Alright, again, that's something that I would end up using a different type of, maybe a T-handle if I can reach in there, or a Allen socket type. The other thing I can do is put a pair of pliers on the end of the Allen wrench and get a little more leverage. Plus, that's not really a critical thing, it's just speaker mounts. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and tighten these all down. There's nothing to adjust. They just are platforms for speakers, which is really cool. Okay, that's good. And then we'll tighten up the back ones, and then we're done with the speaker kit. there we go. And that's the speaker kit. Moving right along. Now we're going to do the shifter mount. I don't know what shifter I'm actually putting on it just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put on the mount. We'll see what options are available. We do have some hardware. I don't know if it's enough or if we have to go to the N1 hardware bag again, but we'll see. So, there's part A, part B, part C, D, E, and F. Alright. 1 of 5. Boom. Okay. Left or right hand drive? Or left hand drive. That was a quick intelligence test, which means we're going to want to take this guy, and I guess it's going to go so. We're with the big boy wrench here. And I'm going to need these. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Let's take a brief time out to take pictures of the speaker mounts. Alright, back to where we were. Hi, Max. That's my dog. I'm going to take this plate and put it this way. And these go back in the top. This is the one from part D, pre-installed. And then like so. So basically that one piece D flips around to accommodate whether it flips left or right for left or right hand side drive. Alright, let's get this in place first, it seems. Alright. Then you can tighten these down. Alright. Then we'll tighten the inside one. And that takes us through the end of page 2. When we get there. That's a tough. Oh, that's the hardest bolt we've had to deal with yet. So you can see this thing is military grade bomb bullet proof, whatever you want to call it. Alright, now we are left-hand drive. So I'm looking at their picture. These two holes here, it looks like. Boom. Are going to hold what? Aha! I'm going to hold this guy. So This has its hardware on it. And this bolts to the entire side that the shifter mounts on. Double check if there's a front or any back. Yes, there seems to be. Install the shifter handbrake main bracket A to the end way using the package. Install as shown on the images. Okay. It looks to me like the short side goes forward. So that would be like so. We need to tighten them. Hey, it's a tricky spot, by the way. Probably shouldn't start with this one. Shoot. I think I got it. Okay, there we go. Now we can move on to the next one. And then we're going to use our 13 millimeter to tighten these. Again, they were not messing around. This is really built up. You can get a good look at the way the hardware is going in. Now we'll tighten these up. Point where I can cinch them all the way. Alright. Last but not least, we'll come back and really cinch the front too. Alright, come around this way. And that is going nowhere. I can tell you that. And it doesn't flex the chassis at all. So that's the end of that page. Okay, so now we want to bring that part in. This guy. Take these off. install. Done it right. I just gotta manhandle it a little bit. Okay. And it came out that side. Yep, there it is. Okay. And then 2 bolts on the outside of this, I'm assuming. See, I wiggled that just to get it to where it was free, not bound up at all. Alright, there we go. Obviously, I haven't tightened it down yet. Okay, now what do we do up here? It says monstrosity. I don't get this. C, D, E, F. Somehow this all fits into this, huh? Logically, one could be up here. Regardless, all these have to come out. So, let's start with that. Totally blocking what's going on. Sorry. Okay, now, looking at this. Okay, for starters, this one does go on top of this. So, we could go ahead and put these in. You know, this is for a shifter and a handbrake, by the way, just to be clear. I don't have a handbrake. I'm going to have to get one just for this occasion. Alright, there you go. So this has a little bit of adjustment. You can see both there and there. I'm not going to tighten anything too much till I have my hardware in position. And then this is going to do the same thing to the outside. And again, adjustable. Might have mounted this part backwards actually. Now I look at the drawing. This is supposed to go backwards, so not a big deal. Check it out. I'll just undo this one. This is that left-hand, right-hand drive thing option. Undo this one. That one. Also undo this one. Well, hi, Max. Okay, now we have this turned around facing the right direction. And I believe that would be our, potentially our handbrake or shifter, depending on where you like your equipment, I guess. And then the other one could use the shifter. You know, ultimately you could flip this around either way. If you're using some other brand handbrake that you wanted in a different location, you certainly could do that. Alright, and for now, I'm just going to go ahead and let that dangle loose. Well, no, I don't like the looks of that. So let's at least give it a little bit of firmness to hold a position. And then we can take a good picture of it. Good boy, Max. And that is the handbrake shifter mount installed. You know, thinking about the shifter, they gave us some extra hardware to bolt on the shifter. That's kind of cool. Whew. Let's keep going, huh? We still got to do a monitor stand. Can you believe it? It's a lot of rig to build. Okay, next is the tablet button box mount upgrade kit. So, obviously this is part D. C is this funky piece. This one looks to be B. And this one looks to be A. And I think that's an option depending on what you're going to use. So, he's attached somewhere over here somehow. Part one is attaching this or this to this via these bolts, I'm assuming. Which I think I put it backwards, funny enough. If you want to be super critiquey, I think these were installed backwards. I suppose I should figure out what tablet I'm going to hold first. I don't have a button box. I'm going to use the bigger one because, yeah. So, it looks like they want the screws down and they want this way. So, we're going to put that like that, like that. And the same thing on this side. Max, you're really going to town there, buddy. Hey, you want to be a little less disgusting on my show? Thank you. Thank you. I know that's all normal for you, but us humans are kind of like, yeah, get a room. Okay, there we go. So that showed that. We got that done. That's all done. Boom, boom. Where's the other page? Oh, look. This turns out. Boom. Ah, come on. Ah, there we go. Alright. And then this actually sits this way. And it goes on here. With that big bolt. Meaning these four hold this onto, I see, it goes on the bottom of the wheel deck. Bottom of the wheel deck. Alright, it's probably not going to make it easier to adjust the wheel. And I'm not going to have a button box in the very beginning. Well, I don't know if that's the case, actually. I have to look at some inventory. But, essentially, this goes here. That one goes there. That one goes there. This was the biggest mystery of figuring out where it actually went, and it wasn't that difficult. But for the record of all the kits that we put on, all the add-ons, it was the hardest to figure out. The instructions didn't really say this goes here. Now, it took me about 30 seconds to figure it out. Looking at their drawing, it's a pretty adequate drawing. Since you have a little bit of wiggle room, I should knock them down to go in and outward, or closer or further from the driver. Me. Alright, so I went all the way to finger tight, and then just backed it down so I still have, well, that's not much weight. I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to lock it down. Boom. Okay. And now, where's that big bolt go? There it is. Now, I'm just going to put this guy through here. And, go downward. There it is. And then we will need to tighten that one down. That looks like a big one too, huh? got a little range there, a little tilt action there, a little tilt action there on where the tablet sits. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And again, we could have gone with the smaller one if you're just using a little tablet. Alright, last but not least, look at this. Wow. It's the butt kicker mount. Let's go ahead and get this done. We'll be done with the rig, minus installing my componentry. We got a bag of parts. We got an instruction sheet. We have this big piece. And as you can see, it takes 4 bolts to just stick this sucker on the back. And it gives you a couple different options for mounting them, it looks like. Looks like you can either mount them onto here, puck style, or clamp them onto here, gamer style. And again, which direction does it go? It goes with these coming downward. This goes like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some big hardware. 1, 2, 3, 4, and is that this size? Yeah. And I think that's extra. That would be 1 butt kicker. That would be 2 butt kickers. I'm thinking. Don't know. We'll see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. that's on me. Just get a different bolt. We have more. There we go. Boom. 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 All right. And that is the butt kicker. About as solid as butt kicker mount could be. And I think that concludes the rig build. So as you can see, that about does it. It took me about 2.5 hours to build the N1, the RSeat N1 rig. About 2.5 hours, that includes while filming. If I had to do it all over again, I could build the rig in definitely under an hour, because I think it took as long to unpack it as it did to actually build it. Now, things I'll say, the base rig itself is beautiful, it's hardy, it's strong. It came out of packaging, not a single scratch, not a single missing part, not a single missing bolt. That's really good. The other thing I just got to applaud the guys at RSeat for. Came with a bunch of extra hardware, so you're never going to go missing any. Came with all the tools, more tools than I even needed to assemble it. And it came with very thorough, very easy to understand instructions, which is very important for a lot of people. Now for me, I actually missed one step, and I forgot to put the display mount with the button box mount. I didn't realize they went together. I thought it was an either or. Reread this instructions. My friend Crassie said you didn't put the mount on. Anyway, I redid that and it came out really cool. As you can see, with all the accessories, there's everything you could possibly want out of a rig. Now, I've yet to sit in it, so I can't talk about the review. I can talk about the paint. I can talk about the finish. I can talk about the welds. I can talk about the design and the assembly. And all of that so far looks just beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to getting all of my equipment on it and start running it so I can actually get down to my test. And that test will be coming fairly soon. It does take a little while to give it the full shakedown, write the article, film it, produce it, get it out there for you. But it is in the works and you'll see that very soon. So that's about everything that comes to mind on this rig. Again, I just want to applaud them. 140 pounds, 2 giant boxes, and it came without a scratch. The only scratches that are on here, to be honest with you, are ones that I accidentally did. I put the keyboard tray down and put a little scuff there. I put a little scuff on one of the speaker mounts. That was all done by me. And I've dropped tools. This is not weak paint. The scuffs that happened are where I really rubbed metal on metal, and there's very little you can do to avoid that. So again, I hope you liked this very long version of the build and unboxing. I just thought it was a great treat for you to see it just the way I do, the way it comes out of the box, and what I do here when I put a rig together, getting it ready for review. So again, that review will be coming very soon, and until then, I'm Sean Cole, this is the Simpit, and I'll see you on the track.